So, are they allowed to date other women?
My partners are able to date other people. Currently they do not. They just
How many
maybe
partners do we have right now?
I have two partners.
Oh, so girl, what you need a third one for?
Oh, I'm open to the experience. I'm just open to the experience to, finding my I call it a pod. Finding my pod and building a life with those people. So like, whatever that looks like, I'm open to. Obviously I have a maxes and all those things. So like I just don't date like just anybody, but I also want to build a life with these people and start moving in that direction of long term.
Long term with three men? I see the strategy. To me, in my opinion, the strategy is I'm gonna have John. He's the guy with a good dick. So when I really need to my back to be cracked, John will do it. Then I have this Tom right here. Tom is a good looking guy. So if I'm going to events, he's the guy I'll go with. Or he's the one who's playing stepdad because she has 6 kids. And then I have Dan. Dan is the guy with the money. He doesn't mind spoiling me, taking me on trips when I want to go on a trip. Dan will be the guy to pay for those trips.
Wait, you can move long term with all of them individually?
Well, that's what I'm saying. We'll have to start forming a bigger idea of what that would look like at some point.
Okay. So how do you do, I don't know, like your birthday? Do they all get you on your birthday?
Good question.
Well, usually my birthday, since I work a lot, like I'll just like whatever day. I usually like do a month thing. So wherever, somebody wants to hang out, do the month, whatever,
Told you.
we'll pick a day or something. We'll go do something.
Okay. Okay. I'm just curious. All right. So she has two men. She's looking for a third. You would
That's
have your
crazy.
own individual relationship. So what are your deal breakers?
I don't really. I'm not real tight on anything in particular, but I really don't think I would enjoy someone who is lacking motivation and any, just kind of just there. Um, I like someone who has like a vision of what they want for just, just even themselves. Somewhere who is participating in like just in life and just trying to move forward and make something happen. So if you're like lacking that, not really interested. And someone's kind of too serious, but I like serious people, but like who are extremely serious and no movement, that I don't like that.
Okay. Should he look a certain way?
No, I really am not really tight on preference. I'm okay.
Okay. You got some paid questions. You want them?
Sure, that's okay.
Okay. Chanel said, damn sis, leave some men for us. I just need one man.
Facts. But the issue, like I said, this is a new strategy women are using. Why? Because it's hard for them to find all the delusional standards there for men in one man. So what they have resorted to doing is date multiple men. You can get the guy who's rich, the guy who's good in bed, the romantic guy. So you just call them whenever you feel like something. If you're on a day where you want a rich man to spoil you, you call the rich guy who's willing to spoil you. If you're on a day, it's Valentine's, you want a romantic guy, that's the guy you call. If there's a man who's good looking that you want to take to your family, show your dad or your parents or your friends, you call the guy who's tall, dark, and handsome. So that's the new strategy.
Yeah, I understand that. Okay.
Okay. Coffee Killer said, do you find yourself unable to pair bond with just one man?
Yep, she can't pair a bond with one man.
No, I don't. I have my own view on that, but no, I do not feel like there's an issue with pair bonding with the people that I'm with.
She doesn't.
Okay. Shelly the Supreme said, no man. Shorty being passed around more than a blunt on a 10-man rotation. Yuck.
Yo, they are cooking her. She's for the streets. In other words, that's what they're saying. She's for the streets.
I don't think that's a question, but yeah, I mean, I understand the idea that if I have more than one partner, that it kind of looks a certain way, but
They
I'm
don't
not like
care.
just moving around with a whole bunch of different random people, so it doesn't, it's not necessarily like that.
Okay.
Oh my god.
True Seeker 95 said, 6 kids. Oh, wait. She's at work.
She's at work. This is crazy. I don't know how these people do this at work.
Hello?
I'm sorry, that's my fault.
Okay. Truth Seeker 95 says 6 kids, 3 different men, poly with multiple men. I'm worried for the children. When
Yep.
does she care for them? Is sex this important?
Facts. I mean, that's a good statement, man. Because she's talking about building long-term relationships with these men. At some point, 1 or 2 of those men are going to be introduced in the lives of these kids. She has 6 kids. So in other words, she's actually dealing with 6 men. Because she has the 3 baby daddies. And now she's going to have these 3 guys that she's seeing. Right? So these kids are going to be confused. One day, John walks in. One day, daddy walks in. Daddy number 1 walks in. Second day, daddy number 2 walks in. Third day, Sam walks in. Another day, a different man walks in. A different man picks them from school. It's like they're going to be confused. But the thing is, are they, because kids watch, kids watch grown-ups. They watch adults. And what they see is what they do. It doesn't matter what you tell them to do. They're going to be watching you. So the generational curses, the generational trauma is going to keep going. So if she has daughters, in fact, if she even sons, they're going to see this and they're like, oh, it's okay. I'm also going to do the same thing like my mama did. So you will find that even the kids, when they grow up, they'll have different kids from different moms for the sons. And then the daughters will also have different kids from different men. And then they will be doing the same thing. Because right now what she's doing, the kids are watching and they're learning.
Yeah, no, sex is not that important at all, actually. So, but no, I take care of my family. We do a lot of group things together, group events where your children aren't like lacking any care or love.
She doesn't get it. She doesn't get it.
LII said, me and you and a smaller chick to balance it all out. I'm rocking with it. I can be stepdad. You got to lose all the guys, though. I'm the only one.
Never.
Yes, I've heard that before. I just heard that before, so.
Okay. Divine Photo says, 6 kids. That means your kuda cutter must have been real good. Anyway, do you let the men know up front about it? And how do your kids feel about this?
Good question.
Yeah, I let my kids know up front. Everyone knows up front. There's no secret. When you get into this, you know what it is. So you participate because you want to do it. It's not a secret or a trick.
Yeah, this is what I told you. I feel for the kids because kids shouldn't be introduced to this kind of lifestyle. Kids shouldn't even know that you're dating multiple men as a mom. Like, don't put your trauma onto the kids. I don't even know how the baby daddies are even letting this happen, introducing their kids to different men. I mean, which obviously the baby daddies are not smart enough, especially the third one who came after the first 2 guys. So at the end of the day, the kids get to suffer in all this. So I feel bad for the kids.
Okay. I asked you if the guy has to look a certain way, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Should he make a certain amount of money?
Probably not.
No, not necessarily. No, I don't. I don't mind it because unless we're living together, then that's a discussion we'll have to have later. But what you're doing with your life right now, that's okay.
Okay. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
Okay.
She's probably thick. She knows the bad-looking lady. I knew she was thick.
I think I have to
Back
turn
up a little bit.
Okay, I'm gonna move the chair. Sorry. There we go.
Okay.
All right. For those of
Okay,
you
we
guys
got
who
you,
like
girl.
thick,
We got you, Miss Polly.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, my pen's not working. I gotta get a pen after this.
Okay.
When was your? Well, shoot. I was about to say, when was your last relationship you in?
I mean, for those of you guys who like thick women, 6 kids, 3 men, seeing other 2 guys, you guys are into the party lifestyle, this may be your girl. Because to some of you, it's going to look like easy chicks to clap anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But shout out to her, man. I feel bad for the kids, the trauma they're going to pick up, and then the generational trauma. I mean, oh my God, this is bad.